Testing 1, 2.
Oh, fruck. My mic's been muted this whole time. Crap. I actually was talking and nobody could hear me.
Well, then I didn't miss nothing. That was strange. I could not find Mage anywhere on YouTube. I know I can spell wolf and gray right, but I couldn't find Mage anywhere.
I think his channel is like Gardens Happen or something like that.
Yeah, Gardens Happen is the name of the channel.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, I've actually been live for about the last 5 minutes and thought that I was talking to people, but apparently I was muted the whole time. So.
Oh dear.
Well, that'll explain why there's nobody in chat.
Hey, Mage, thanks for covering for me.
No problem. And yes, it is on my Gardens Happen channel.
Yeah, we should have left links in the DMs so we could all get there and support you.
Yeah.
Well, the link should have been in Godless Granny's description for.
No, for.
Yeah. Well, Granny provided it, but yeah, it wasn't in the Twitter groups.
Oh.
All right, you'll do better next time. That's fine.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Puppy dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, so I see.
She's sleeping on my foot right now.
Oh.
She's going to do that for you too, huh?
Yep, she has to have physical contact with me in some way at all times, it seems.
Oh, well, that means she was probably not very well cared for.
She is. I found my own human, and I am never going to let go.
Yeah, she's been a little four-legged shadow. Whenever I even just get up to use the bathroom, she'll follow me.
Yeah. That also may be a warning for rather destructive separation anxiety. So you might want to work on that. There's ways to to train around that. Look them up on YouTube and stuff. People can teach you.
Yeah, that's a good point, and you
point,
probably are going to have to deal with that because, again, with beagles, if they have the separation anxiety, they will make a lot of noise while you're gone and annoy your neighbors.
That's a good point. Yeah, I won't be able to take. I do want to take her around a lot of places, but there are definitely places I'm not going to be able to take her, and we'll have to spend time alone when at home. I imagine some of the anxiety right now is due to the fact that he was just recently left at the shelter, so she really only lost her old family only a few days ago, really.
Yeah, well, she's going through major life changes, so it's expected now.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll settle down after she's secure there.
Her physical contact clinging and saying, "Don't leave me."
Yeah, basically.
Well, she's a cutie. I like her.
Well, I do have to keep her and the birds separate, so she does have to be out in the living room by herself for a good hour and a half while I have the bird out. So that might help with her getting used to that.
Those eyes. Like, how can you say no to those eyes?
Yeah, if you think that's cute, check her out with her favorite toy.
Yeah, I saw the little video you put on the Twitter group with that.
Yeah.
I actually ended up having to take this away from her for right now because she chewed off the legs. And I had to cut the rest of the legs off, and then she chewed a piece out that's like fraying. I have to trim it up. So she was gnawing on it.
Well, I'm glad you're paying attention to that because it's synthetic fibers they can't digest, and it could clog up their digestive system.
Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to chew up bones like that, not your stuffed animals. Stuffed animals you can rip apart and toss around, but
she's trying to find the bones.
Yeah.
Go to the
Nobody
butcher shop.
told her that stuffed animal. What, Jenny?
Go to the butcher shop and get her some good knuckle bones. So what was the total when we started here?
It was over 500 by the time Mage finished.
Yeah.
So let me do an update here and see. $550 right now.
Yep, that's
All
where
right.
where we ended up with. So
Good job. What a community
great
we
work.
have.
Yep. So we're over a third of the way there.
So we got 850 more to go.
And 250 more to go before Bree jumps in a bikini. I'm assuming that offer was up for the entirety of the marathon and not just Granny's stream.
I don't know. I'd have put a hook on that.
Yeah, but Bree will be able to pull off a bikini.
Well, she's braver than me, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's done some pretty bold looks online, and she seems to pull them all off.
I wouldn't even get in a bikini in a dressing room. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
I mean,
I will be right back. I do have a Amazon order waiting for me outside. Made of her pet blanket or a pet bed and some nyla bones to chew on.
Okay, nyla bones, those are good.
Yeah. Well, I would kind of like to go over to the Y and use the swimming pool, but I would have a problem with hiding certain things there.
I think I could rock a skirt kini.
My feeling was, as far as that locker room that you comment on, for me, this is the way I had to handle myself, is that I prior to surgery, I didn't think I had any business going somewhere where anybody could see me, because I just out of respect to the other women, and and of course my own embarrassment too. But I waited. But afterwards, oh baby, it was great. I swam for like a year every day.
I used to swim quite a lot when I was younger, but it's been years since I've done much of any. I should take it up again, though, because the Y is literally walking distance for me here.
Well, that's good.
So before the pandemic, we had gone over there a couple of times, used the pool and the hot tub, and it was quite nice.
I've never been to a Y for that. I went to the local college, UW Milwaukee. They had a real nice field house, and I just went on that.
Hey, Demon.
And
I don't know if anybody else is going to get the joke, but I do.
Oh, I did, and I pushed it further.
I get it. I'm just, I try not to acknowledge puns. They're bad for me.
Well, see, the way I see it, puns being the lowest form of humor is just like how the foundation is the lowest part of the house.
Well, I have heard an interesting fan theory that, SpongeBob and all his friends live on Bikini Bottom. So I've heard the fan theory that they're actually all the mutant creatures at the bottom of Bikini Atoll.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that the creators have stated that it's like canon that Bikini Bottom is in the Bikini Atoll.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the creator had commented on that.
Yeah. Though also, if I remember right, the creator was like an actual marine biologist, which is why a lot of the earlier jokes in SpongeBob are like marine biology jokes.
Oh.
Okay. Mark Caesar's got a question. Jenny, is that the biggest part of transitioning, being confident in yourself?
Oh, I would say that that's a gigantic struggle for most people. We've all been raised with lessons that basically create us to be transphobes against ourselves.
Yeah.
And having to unlearn all that transphobia yourself is difficult, because you've got all these images of things that you were taught are wrong, and now you're looking at yourself and saying, I'm wrong. So the best way to combat that I found was to improve your confidence, and that takes a long time too. Different for each person, but it took me a damn long time to feel confident. But once you do, it's pretty cool.
Well, I was scared shitless initially going out presenting female because, I figured anyone who had seen me before was going to know. So yeah, there was a difficult adjustment period in there, but now I really have trouble presenting male at all in public, which I still have to do from time to time if I'm going somewhere that I have to show my ID, because I haven't been able to get my ID changed yet. And now I feel very awkward that way.
Yeah, the awkward period it was my least favorite time of life. It was really bad for me. I hated it.
Yeah, well, having to go back and forth between the two, because it's like, yeah, to everyone I know now, I'm one thing, but legally I'm still this other thing.
And thing is the right word.
Yeah, Paige, yeah, Alex has been accepted as, excuse me, accepted for, now I'm losing the words.
Refugee?
Yeah,
Asylum.
being a political refugee to Germany because of all the anti-trans legislation that's being passed. And Paige, I dropped you a link on Twitter if you want to come in.
It's not just the legislation; it's the fact that the tolerance or lack of tolerance in the climate is what's threatening, and they really have to look at both things. America looks at both things when we take in an immigrant. That, yeah, okay, fine, you have this or that going, but is your life imminent, or death imminent, I should say. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're trans, it is.
Okay. Okay, we've got another $5 donation.
Woohoo!
So I don't recognize the name, so I don't know who the screen name is there. And probably they wouldn't want to be doxxed anyway. Yeah, so we appreciate it. Every little bit, people, we appreciate. I know a lot of people can't afford much.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a donation, you get a chance to write a message in there. Tell us your name or that you don't want to be mentioned.
And remember that this is working on PBS rules, so we're holding your favorite programming hostage until you pay up.
Hey, Ox.
Like, if we don't see another $100, Mr. Rogers gets it.
Oh. Sorry. My throat's not good today either.
There's some new names in there that I don't recognize. A2HD 2AHD.
Yep.
Hi, welcome.
2AHD has been a friend of mine for some time. He's got a channel. Mostly he does things with like Hot Wheels cars and that. He does some interesting remolds and repaints of Hot Wheel cars.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I'd love to see some. Hey Ox, how you doing? And Mark, I didn't say hi last time. Hi, Mark.
Yep. Mark and Demon Orb.
Oh yeah. Demon Orb. Hi, honey.
Yep. And Autistic Page, who had been compelled unbeliever. Still working on getting people to recognize the rebranding. And Spaghetti Geist.
I really like that name. It's
Yeah. I'm fairly certain that the irony is lost on no one from in response to Ox's comment.
Well, I'm wondering about the Spaghetti Geist. Does that mean that the flying spaghetti monster isn't real and it was actually just a ghost levitating the pasta?
no, the spaghetti monster has to exist. It's the only thing we can believe in anymore.
Well, he exists, but only in the pasta tense.
Well, see,
oh man,
the noodles were levitating because they were pasta. Their due.
Pasta Prime.
Our pasta, who art in heaven, Alfredo be thy name.
Well, you know that you can't run in a campground.
Yep, you can only have ran.
Yep, because it's past tense.
Ox, I completely agree with you. It's shocking that we have this political situation in America. I think we were all raised with the belief that it could never happen here, and here it is.
Yep.
Yes, that's right, Ox. An American is going to Germany to get away from the Nazis.
Steve Rogers is turning in his iceberg.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll generate enough heat that it'll thaw him out and he can come and punch him out.
Yeah.
People tend to forget that first Captain America movie, how many times they showed him punching Hitler.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, in the movie, it wasn't actually Hitler.
Yeah, I know it was staged. It was an actor playing Hitler, but
yeah. But that being said, it was a nod to the famous comic book panel where he is actually punching Hitler. Or the cover.
Didn't Superman do that too?
I can't say off the top of my head, but I do know that Superman actually beat the real life KKK.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
Yeah, so during the rise of, I think it was the second KKK, the one in the 50s and 60s, or the Superman radio show, which is actually where the origin of the actual first instance of kryptonite was from. But the Superman radio show did a series called the Knights of the White Hood or something like that, where Superman took on, you know, the KKK, and it actually led to the actual KKK at the time losing numbers because the kid, you know, because they're the bad guys, and because Superman only beats up the bad guys.
Cool.
I thought for sure I remember a story that about Superman having his first issue like during World War II, and it was intentionally to be an anti-Nazi kind of thing.
Though that being said, my favorite early Superman story is absolutely bonkers, and it does tie into the discussion somewhat. So it's like Superman issue like 68 or something like that. The issue's titled Black Magic on Mars. And TLDR, the plot is Superman teams up with Orson Welles to fight Martian Nazis, and it ends with Superman genociding them.
Martian Nazis, huh?
Yeah. He moves like as the invasion, because basically, like in the context of the story, the Martians got the radio broadcasts, from World War II, and they're like, hey, this Hitler guy has got some good ideas. So like their leader like called himself Martler, and they called themselves the Solazis. and I forget how Orson Welles gets kidnapped by the Martians, and he like takes their broadcasting equipment and tries to warn Earth, but because of the the War of the World hoax, nobody believes him except Superman. So he flies to Mars, and Orson Welles like distracts the Martians with close-up magic tricks and makes them think he's an all-powerful sorcerer, while Superman moves their launch ramps, so when their ships blast off, they end up shooting into the sun and burning.
What a ridiculous plot.
Like I unironically like just love that issue of Superman. And
well, you do have to allow some of those things for the time when they were written. Even, not just the comic books, but the general public's understanding of science has advanced quite a lot since the 60s.
Oh no, that was like 1938. Like we're talking golden age, that which is why the War of the Worlds hoax was still topical.
And today I think is a really another example of how War of the Worlds worked the way it did. I mean, look how many people believe the political lies that are out in our culture today, and just completely sucked them all in 100%. Even like Trump himself said, if I shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue, you're still going to vote for me, and they do. They will.
Yeah. So that being said, they there wasn't really any War of the Worlds panic. Basically what small incidents did happen were blown way out of proportion by the print media, because they saw radio as a threat to their industry.
Well, it was exaggerated, but yes, there were a few cases, including one or two cases of people in New Jersey committing suicide. because New Jersey was where they said that the Martian pods were landing.
Though that being said, the War of the Worlds broadcast actually did send me to the hospital technically.
Well, you have to explain that.
Yeah, so it was during the Ebola scare in Libya or Liberia. You know, the Ebola pandemic there. My unit was sent over to help with it, and I was in the rear support team working the night shift. And it's Halloween, so I figure, hey, and we're allowed to listen to music and stuff while we're working. So I started listening to the War of the Worlds broadcast because I had never heard it before. And sergeant, the sergeant in charge, calls everyone over. So I pop out my earbud and I go over for the meeting. Well, it turns out the little rubber thing that goes on the earbud remained in my ear.
I bet that happened. That's weird.
And no one had any tweezers, and I was working the night shift, so every place was closed. So I had to go to the emergency room to get the little rubber bit taken out of my ear, because there was no other place, there was no place to get tweezers. No one had tweezers on them. And that was literally the only option to get it out of my ear, because it was in deep enough that you couldn't really do it by hand.
First world problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably kind of lucky that I wasn't there with my tools, but
Yeah.
Couldn't they just have gone to the other ear and blown?
yeah, they'll stick the air compressor hose in the other ear, crank it up to about 100 psi.
Yeah.
I wonder what is the real official name for that part. Does anybody in the chat know?
Of which part?
The official name for the rubber part on a set of earbuds.
I don't know.
Yeah. I just realized, of all the times I've had to go to the emergency room, which isn't actually that much, but half of them were while I was in the military.
Well, that kind of makes sense. I mean, military is violent. You're going to get hurt.
Well, that being said, that story I just told you was a quarter of all the time. No, never mind. It was less than half. Sorry. I forgot one. So I've been...
Go ahead.
So I've been to the emergency room 5 times in my life. 2 of which were while I was in the military.
Hey, Stool. How you doing?
Hey, Stool.
Hold on.
I will go and drop the link in Stool's Twitter group too, in case there are people who didn't see it in mine.
I just dropped the Jeff. I just dropped the message in your DMs.
Yeah, I don't know why Twitter is telling me I can't DM Jeff today. I've done it many times in the past.
Well, Elon probably learned something about him, and
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's probably because I'm trans that Elon's limiting my account, right?
Well, yeah, there is that. I went through a thing yesterday where every account I tried to write a comment on, it was blocked out. The icon when somebody has closed their account to taking responses to their tweet, dark it grays out the little quote box. And so none of that was on any of these particular accounts at the time. That they looked as though they're completely active for tweets.
Yeah.
Except I couldn't. And it was like, well, and others I could, but it was just very strange.
But yeah, let's see. So first time I had to go to the emergency room, they thought it was appendicitis, but when they went to take my appendix out, my appendix was healthy, but they took it out anyways. That was before I was like 13 at the time. Second time, I got a horrific infection on my knee, and I spent like 3 or 4 days in basic, laying on my back, eating cheeseburgers and watching Animal Planet while being pumped full of antibiotics. And then third time was the story I just told you with the earbud.
3 days of watching Animal Planet and eating cheeseburgers. I'm up for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like out of my entire time in I missed like a week of basic training and still managed to get through without being recycled. Because, there's me being in the hospital for a knee infection. And then my grandma died while I was in basic training, and so I got emergency leave to go to the funeral.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Diesel.
Hey, Diesel.
Hey, thank you so much for hosting. I really appreciate it.
You're echoing.
Yeah, we had a bit of confusion with the schedule earlier as far as when I was supposed to be on and such, but we got it all worked out now.
Oh, speaking of which, I've got to drop off soon and get set up.
Right, yeah, I'm handing off to you in about 20 minutes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I do have your link in the description, but drop your link on the side chat before you go so people know where to go.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Diesel back. I don't know what happened to Jenny there.
Hey, you think that's bad as far as messing up time? Because I live in South Korea, I was off by like 3 hours. It's ridiculous. But on the times. But anyway, glad to be here. Yeah, I would like to talk to Jenny. Oh, there we go.
Nope, that was Jeff who came in and disappeared again.
Jeff, you mean Godless Scummer? Is that who you're talking about?
There's Jenny.
Oh, all right. I would like to see Jeff.
It booted me off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. You and Diesel disappeared at the same instant.
Hey, Jeff, I tried while I was out. I tried to add you to that group, and there you are. To the
I don't know what happened there.
To the Mid America group, and it said that you were that you're blocked. Basically, I guess is what it said. That
Probably someone in there blocked me. But
yeah,
I don't know.
That's something I wish Twitter would fix. That somebody shouldn't be blocked from being added or get kicked out of a group just because one person in the group blocks them. That decision should be left up to the group moderators.
Yeah. Or if
are you in the London subway here? Come on, Godless, what are you doing?
Like if a person blocks someone instead of the person being blocked getting kicked, that like they should be removed. Like it should be the other way around.
There you go. That makes sense.
So that might be someone blocked me or I blocked someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, no,
Well,
I was saying it should
Yeah.
be like if you block someone and you're in a group with them, you should be the one who's removed from the group instead of who you blocked.
Yeah, I've had
Right.
2 episodes on Twitter where I wound up getting kicked out of multiple groups at once, and one time I never even knew who it was that had blocked me.
But I dropped my link in the chat.
Hi.
How you doing, scumbag? It's pretty late there, right?
Yeah, you're right, Dr. Evil. How's you?
Dr. Evil. Yeah, I'll be hosting in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it for you, Jeff? Going on about 10 p.m.?
Yeah, about 20 to 10 right now.
Yeah.
Do you have does the news program come on at 10?
Some nights of the week.
And good news, we're currently up to 580.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Keep
we got
going.
another donation in. I have to refresh it each time to see.
Yep.
Yep. $25 from a name I don't recognize.
Granny was so funny with hers. For Granny, if you weren't in Granny's part of the marathon, she said every time somebody gave $10, she'd say the word "fuck," which is way out of character.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so if you go back and watch Granny's stream, you'll hear her say "fuck" 26 or 27 times.
I missed that, and I was a bit gutted because I just I went and I basically went and had a rest for a couple of hours. I needed to get away from fucking Twitter for a little while, to be honest. But
Yeah, sorry about that, Scummer.
And Granny also
that's not your fault, Ring.
Granny also said that if they got a certain donation or whatever, that she would take her shirt off, and she did.
Oh my God.
Yep, she did the rest of the stream in her bra.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, Teedle.
I didn't get.
Appreciate the donation. I'm still not familiar with you. I don't think I've seen you around before.
580. Not bad.
Yep, we're getting it there. So another, about $120, and we'll be up to the halfway point.
Yep.
That bed was a pain in the ass to get out. They put it in this they packed it up in this nylon bag with the plastic bag over it.
What'd you get?
A pet bed. She seems a little unsure of it, so I had her sit on it and I gave her a bunch of treats. And she picked the turkey flavored Nylabone.
I bought a pet bed for my first pet, for my first dog, and she didn't want to have anything to do with it. So I kept it because I got other dogs over time, and none of them wanted to lay in the damn thing.
Yeah, there may be something it was made of that had a weird texture or a weird scent.
A good tip is if they already have like a blanket or something that they like using a lot, something that smells like them, put it on the bed.
Yeah, she's been laying on this blanket at my feet, so I put that on there at night when I have my bird out, so she has that to lay on.
Yeah, a nice thing when I got Sammy from the shelter, a nice thing that shelter did was they would have you take the blanket that was in their kennel with them. So they would already have
that's
something
smart.
they were used to sleeping on.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So I still have, and it just happened coincidentally that with Sammy I got a purple blanket.
If you want to be a nice, generous, kind person, go to Dollar General in your area. They've got these 50 by 70 blankets. They're real soft and fuzzy, and mine has unicorns, and they're only $5. buy a couple of those and give them to the shelter.
I might go with that idea for myself to put it on the couch or in the back seat for when she goes on car rides.
Yep. Well,
Hey,
one of my favorite places to shop is Menards, which I know it's regional. Some people don't have them, but it's basically like a Home Depot, but it's a family-owned company. And they do a lot of rebate stuff. I get all sorts of stuff free after rebates. So when they do that on pet supplies, even like dog stuff, even though I don't have a dog, I go and get all the free stuff and then I go and donate it to the shelter.
They have a scam that they got going that really annoys me. Made me want to not go to them anymore. That they say, oh well, 11% off on everything, and so you go and you buy these things, and they have a little placard at the item. You know, oh, this will cost this much at 11% off, and at 11%, they never say off. And so when you get to the register, you don't get 11% off. You get 11% worth of rebate. That you got to go through all the paperwork. You got to go through all the paperwork of a rebate to get to 11%.
Yeah, no, but they're upfront about all that. That's all rebates.
No, they're not.
It says it right in the ads if you read the print.
Read the fine print.
They sure didn't say that when I did it.
Yep.
Hey, so Orange, I got a question for you. This is kind of a serious question. You ready for it? Where do you get that orange rhymes with purple? Like I don't see the connection. I mean, I teach English here in South Korea, and we teach them rhyming words. But where do you get that from? What's the purpose of that?
It came from Sloth Girl. That when we were gaming with my brother, she kept saying that nothing rhymes with purple and nothing rhymes with orange. So by default, they have to rhyme with each other.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I get it. That's great.
And yeah, when I was trying to find a name to use on YouTube, I wanted to find something that people would be able to spell but would still be distinctive. So I kept running different names, searching for them for YouTube channels with similar names. And yeah, it was something I came up with that at least people will know how to spell it so they can search for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a musical by that name.
Yeah, I know there's a couple of other references to it if you Google it, but it's worked out pretty well. It's a distinctive name. People got to know me.
Well, I'm going to drop out so I can get ready.
Okay, we'll see you over on your channel in a bit.
Yep, and I did drop
you're up next, aren't you, Regan?
What?
You up next?
Yep.
Yeah, Ring's taking over in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I dropped my link in the description, and I dropped the join link in a few various Twitter groups.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take some time off here, and I have to, at some point, go upstairs and check on the girls, so.
Yeah. So, see you in a few minutes.
Yep.
Cool. Bye-bye. See you over there, Ring.
Hey, Scummer, who won the game last night?
Do you know I didn't? Which game?
I guess Manchester played, or Manchester, as you guys say.
United or City, or I don't follow. I don't follow either of those teams, so I ain't really that interested in their results.
You're talking about
Why
soccer.
does it seem that the only games I ever hear about in the U.S. involve Manchester?
Yeah, well, the U.S. is that far away from Manchester. It's no wonder. It surprises me that not everybody in the U.S. is a Manchester United fan. This is the big joke that no one from Manchester actually supports them.
I've heard that.
That's funny.
I just came back to the chat, and there's another new person, Teetle. Hi, Teetle. Welcome.
Teetle sent in that last donation we got.
Thank you, Teetle.
So, Yep, we're sitting at $580 now.
Oh, crap, that's a problem.
What's wrong, Mage?
The harness I wanted to get for the dog, I'm seeing reviews saying the size chart or they have listed is wrong.
Oh,
I'd go right to the pet store and do that. You got to size it.
Mm.
yeah. If you go to PetSmart, they actually are okay with you bringing the dog into the store and trying them on.
Yeah, most of the major pet stores are okay with bringing the dog in, but
One time, my dog got away and went to the store on its own, and then they wouldn't let me in because I wasn't accompanied.
I did see a video on YouTube of somebody who brought an alligator into the pet store on a leash.
That's insane. Yeah,
Wow.
when they wear a leash, they don't bite or nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Docile as a kitten.
yeah. I
All
can
right,
see a
guys.
poodle disappearing there, but
I need to go prepare for my stream. So it's nice seeing everybody, and thanks again for doing this. And to come back, I'll talk to you later.
yep,
Nice
we'll
to
see
meet
you
you.
later on.
later.
So yeah.
All right. Bye bye.
Oh, my God. Okay, so we got just a few minutes left here. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about?
Yeah, PBS just had an ad on their. An announcement on their channel that this Sunday. This might be just a local thing. I don't know. PBS works different. That Sunday at 4 o'clock. Did it say? Anyway, Sunday there's going to be a big show commemorating Joni Mitchell, who certainly deserves all the accolades she can get. An amazing performer.
Yeah, I think most people remember her from Happy Days.
What?
No, do I have the wrong actress here?
Joni Mitchell is not an actress.
You've got the wrong genre. You've got the wrong genre of entertainment there.
Okay, well, then you need to provide a little more information. I'm horrible with names and celebrities. So
singer-songwriter. You'd know her music if you heard it.
Here, how about Big Yellow Taxi?
Nope.
Oh my God.
Oh my word.
So
what are we going to do with you?
Big Yellow Taxi, isn't that a school bus?
I've looked at Clouds somehow.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've also heard that one done by...
That was a Joni Mitchell song.
I've also heard that done by several other artists, but I know the song.
They paved Paradise and put in a parking lot?
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Joni Mitchell never took a guitar lesson. Did you know that? And I heard that some other entertainers talking about her, that she had such complex ways of constructing music that it took even some of these 20-30 year pros months and months to learn her chord combinations and stuff like that it was just so out of the ordinary. It's kind of cool. Yeah, she is legendary. I have every one of her albums.
2 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, I was just going into the Twitter thing to pick up the stream for where we're going next. Wait, that's...
I wish we could play her songs on the air right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, YouTube is very big on copyright claiming things very quick.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't actually even care about a copyright claim, but a strike can be trouble.
And this channel's not the Shills, unfortunately. So
Well, it's just weird that YouTube will let people post entire albums of people on a YouTube, that offer the words to the songs and stuff. But you can't do anything on this platform. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I have wondered about that. Okay. Ring says be ready in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Joni Mitchell's best song to me in my collection is For Free. Most people don't know it. It's kind of a deep cut for her. I'm sure there's got to be a YouTube video of it.
Okay, and there's the. Sorry.
For free. Now I'll shut up.
There's the link in the side chat for where we need to go to next. Oh, and according to my clock, we're at the top of the hour. So are you ready, Ring, or is your clock showing something different from mine? Okay, I see Rings showing up now, so let's all jump over there.
Okay, jump in
Yeah.
here.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming.
that's
Thank
Richie.
everybody who's made the donations. And we will see you all Wednesday night or Wednesday afternoon then.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much, chat.
Later.